What's going on, YouTube? Today we are going to be running through Destiny 1 story mission and talking about some of the new changes that are coming in Destiny 2. So let's go ahead and get started. So a lot of very cool things were announced on, I believe the date was the 18th. It was the Thursday prior to this video. So a lot of very cool things. For example, they are announcing new weapon types such as submachine guns, which I love. I'm so excited for the submachine guns. And they announced a lot of very cool things. Like another type is grenade launchers, in which are being used as power weapons. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a few. So, they have a new weapon system where basically in order to kind of, I would assume it's to add more balance and variety to the game. They have announced that there will be 3 types of weapons, or 3 slots for weapons again. And in this game, it's going to be a little bit different, where you have 1 slot for kinetic weapons, which are bullet weapons, ones that actually use like real bullets. You have a slot for sorry, I'm trying to focus on killing and talking at the same time. You have a slot for kinetic weapons, which use bullets to shoot. You have a slot for energy weapons, which use void, solar, or arc energy to shoot, which is coming back. The whole arc, solar, void system is going to make a return. And you have power weapons, which are your fusion rifles, your snipers, all that jazz. So it's very cool. There are 2 new weapon types, SMGs and grenade launchers. Grenade launchers.
His army helped shatter the moon and claim it for his master. His presence here is a sign. The Hive are preparing to wake Crota's soul. Grenade
launchers are power weapons. SMGs are, I believe, only energy weapons, although energy weapons and kinetic weapons do share some of the same weapon types, such as hand cannons are both, as are a few others. So, for example, you can wield, let's just say, Ill Will, and, I don't know, a energy hand cannon right off the top of my head, but if I did, you could wield that in your second slot. The second slot works very similar to what the, thing is now, to what the system is now for special weapons, where you do have to have a special type of ammo. We can see this in some of the strike gameplay and things like that is available on YouTube right now. One of the very cool systems that is being introduced is guided games, which makes clans more than just an afterthought in Destiny. So one of the very cool things that it lets players do is it lets players find other players who want to play the same content but maybe don't have enough players. For example, the raids. As somebody who usually only plays in a group of 3 or so, the raids were something that I never really got to do. But with this system in place, I would be able to find a clan that is like-minded, that just wants a couple more players to do the raids with. We're gonna mission complete this one, and I'm just gonna talk right through it. So that is a very, very cool thing. It makes clans much larger role. For example, you can now create and manage, I'm not sure about create, don't quote me on that, but you can manage your clans in-game now. So that's extremely cool. And then, so a few more of the, not gameplay, but different changes like that are, the director is finally going to be able to be used from in the world. You don't have to go to orbit anymore, and that is awesome. I've been waiting for that forever. So that's extremely cool. And like I said, clans will play a much larger role. Sorry, I kind of wrote myself down a laundry list of things to remember. There are going to be 3 new subclasses, 1 for each subclass, or 1 for each class, I mean. So the Titan will get one. I can't remember what any of them are called, but the Titan will get one where the Titan will wield a shield that it can use just like Captain America. It can toss it around and things like that, and stuff like that. And the Hunter will get a Blade Dancer like subclass. It's almost exactly like Blade Dancer, but it uses a staff instead of a knife. And then the Warlock gets, what I think is the coolest, is a sword that it can throw that looks like almost like a phoenix. So that is extremely cool. You know, it burns like on fire and things like that, and it's extremely cool. They are making changes to existing ones as well, and so for example, some of the changes that they're making to existing ones are Fist of Havoc now works more like Blade Dancer, where you can do multiple Fists of Havoc and run around, and it's essentially now it's like Blade Dancer, where you can run around meleeing and things like that, and you know, it's not just a one and done super. So that's extremely cool. So there's that one. Oops, just kill him. And then, so they did make a lot more changes. Subclasses now have 3 abilities instead of 2, and the super. So it's, I'm not sure if that was clear. 3 abilities, not including the super. So you would have, for example, let's go with Hunter, for example. You would have your grenade, your throwing knife, and then 1 more ability. For example, Titans can now summon a very, very small shield, where they can, and you can choose between which kind of shield. It can be a, if you played Overwatch, think like Reinhardt shield, but it can be either a very, very tall stationary shield or a shorter stationary shield that you can aim down sights to aim over, which is actually really, really cool. So there's that for the Titan. I don't know what the other changes are for the other subclasses. Multiplayer is now 4v4, which I think is very cool. It should be interesting. It should bring it on par with a lot more multiplayer games, which are either 4v4 or 5v5, like Call of Duty and CSGO and things like that. There is, going back to the weapons, there is a new exotic. The only exotic that we've seen so far is an auto rifle that is wielded in the kinetic slot, that is essentially a Gatling gun or a minigun, and it's extremely cool. I encourage you to check out some videos with video of it, because it looks awesome.
I've seen reports from Prince Aldrin's
obviously, I haven't been
about the technology of
able
the
to play anything. I'm
really just
I wasn't invited because
stuff.
You know. Anyway, so there's that. Let's see here. On PC, it will be exclusively sold through Blizzard and Battle.net, which is extremely cool. And oh yeah, if you weren't aware, it is now available on PC. Not now, but like it's going to be available on PC, which should be extremely cool. It will be definitely interesting to see what they choose to make their main competitive platform. And I don't know, I'm just excited in general for the PC version. It should be really, really just beautiful. And that is one of the things as well, is the graphics on this new version of Destiny is gorgeous. They're just absolutely gorgeous graphics, which is awesome. Seriously, I would encourage you to check it out. Oh, going back to multiplayer, I almost forgot this one. So they are including a new mode. I cannot remember what it's called at the present moment, but it's very, very cool. It's very, very similar to Search and Destroy in Call of Duty, where it's one life and you're done, that kind of thing. And it's also a like bomb planting kind of. I didn't kill the things in time. I forgot about that. But it's bomb planting kind of mode, and it's extremely interesting. And it shows a lot of the changes that they've made in action. For example, just a lot of very, very small like UI changes that are very, very nice are man, this guy just needs to die. But like the shield bar on a enemy's health bar, not on your own, but on an enemy's, is now on the bottom instead of on the top. And it might sound like a weird thing, but it actually works really, really well. I think it looks nice. Things like that. They've made a lot of very, very small UI improvements, very nice UI improvements. Just very, very exciting changes. They have secret things to find in Patrol. Again, I can't remember the names, but there are now, what are they? Lost cells. Thank you, the monkey. Lost cells and things like that that you can find, and I'm sure dead ghosts will be making a return, and things like that. Unfortunately, we did not get to see the engrams in action or anything like that. I'm fairly sure that they are still a thing, but I believe they were taken out for the strike that was available at the reveal on Thursday. Which is odd, because in a few of the videos you can see some glows that look like they would come from engrams, but the actual engrams are not there. So I would be absolutely shocked if that doesn't point towards a engram being, you know, that doesn't point towards engrams still being in the game. So that's really just my 2 cents. It does look like an absolutely phenomenal game. A lot of very, very cool changes. Some very, very nice just UI changes that work really, really well for the game. Just very, very cool things. Let's see, did I miss anything? No, I don't think I did. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a thumbs up. I know it's not the greatest gameplay ever. I'm not the greatest Destiny player ever, by far. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video nonetheless. I really just wanted to give you guys a idea and a kind of, you know, rundown of what's going on with Destiny 2. And like I said, I'm just not the greatest player, so I really just wanted to talk to you guys without it being a blank screen behind me. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a thumbs up, subscribe, it really helps me out. I'm Duke the King. I hope you guys enjoyed, and will see you guys in the next video.